Hello students, in this video we will continue with the types of RNA and its details, right. So, let me talk about the types of RNA we are discussing in previous video about types of RNA. As you know, there are two types of RNA. One is genetic RNA and non-genetic RNA. These are the two major types of RNA which we observed in the cells, right. See, that means genetic RNA is found in some viruses as it performing the heredity. It causes the heredity or inheritance, right. So, such viruses are called retroviruses or RNA viruses, as I explained in previous video. Now, non-genetic RNA, let us we talk about non-genetic RNA. Non-genetic RNA is not involved in the heredity. Non-genetic RNA is not involved in heredity or inheritance, which is not involved in the inheritance, right. So, then what is the function? See, if it is not involved in the heredity, so we call it as non-genetic, right. So, but what is the function of this? So, it is performing this non-genetic RNA is involved in other functions like protein synthesis, right. So, that is involved in the protein synthesis. What do you call? Synthesis. So, this is important here. The function of non-genetic RNA is the protein synthesis, which is involved in the protein synthesis. Okay. There are types of non-genetic RNA. Non-genetic RNA has many types are there, but major three types which are involved in the protein synthesis what I am taking here. So, that is first one is the mRNA, mRNA and next one is tRNA and RNA. These are the major three types of RNA, but there are many other types also there in the cells, right. So, these three RNA are the main RNAs which are called non-genetic RNA, because they are involved in protein synthesis, not involved in the heredity or inheritance. They does not involved in the heredity, or that are not carrying information from parents to offsprings or parental cells to offsprings, right. So, but they are involved in protein synthesis, you remember. This is the function of all are involved, but they are performing different functions as we study in higher level. That means, in the next videos I will explain the functions of every these what you called all, right, in transcription and translation, how these are involved, we will understand that. Okay. So, let us we understand first. So, already in previous video I explained regarding the mRNA. Next, let we discuss about the tRNA. Let us we talk about the tRNA, right. Yes, see here students, tRNA means transfer RNA. What do you call? Transfer RNA. So, transfer RNA means it is transferring amino acids from the different areas to the site of protein synthesis, right. So, this is what the tRNA function, and it is a single stranded and it is smallest one we call. It is a smallest RNA and it is single stranded, it is single stranded. It is a single stranded RNA, and it has what we call in mRNA we discussed that 5%. Okay, mRNA was a 5% out of that RNA, right, in the cell. So, but here it is about 15%. See, it is about 15% of all RNA. It constitutes about 15% of all RNA present in a cell. So that means it is about 15% of total RNA, right. So, it is the amount of tRNA. It is what we call smallest and single stranded. So, usually when you observe single stranded means, so the RNA is usually single stranded, but it may be also double stranded in some viruses, retroviruses we can say. Okay. So, but usually that is in a single stranded as a non-genetic, no, this one is non-genetic, but in case of genetic RNA, if it is genetic RNA, so that may be a yes double stranded in some viruses, that is called retroviruses, retroviruses, right. So, see here this is about 15% and it will transfer the amino acids. So, it helps in transfer of amino acids. What we call, this is nothing but amino acids. It will carry the amino acids. So, and there is a specialized structure is formed. So, the tRNA forms a special kind of structures, that is a clover leaf model. We can say that it forms tRNA forms a structure, special structure called clover leaf model. Clover leaf model, how it is formed actually? So, even it is single stranded, so it makes a loop, like structures. For example, so it makes a what you call single stranded, but it forms this type of loops. Okay. So, and in some places it shows that is shows that double stranded, appears like a double stranded, but that double strand appears or formed, which is formed by single strand only. So, in this way it forms like the structure, what we call, this is a small arm and here one more arm, yes. So, this is what the structure, here third end is there, here fifth prime is there, okay, fifth prime and third prime we can call, okay. So, that is the third prime of one nucleotide and another nucleotide ends with here, that is fifth prime, right. So, in this way this forms the different arms, it is single stranded only, it is a single stranded here, we can see this is single stranded, but somewhere it looks like a double stranded, but it is not the double strand of two strands, right. So, hence we refer it as a single stranded only, even it forms the clover leaf model. So, it is a type of leaf, okay. What you call a three angle structure, what we observed here, three arms appears. So, hence we call it as a clover leaf model. Let us see the details of that structure now. Okay. Yes, see here the tRNA is folded to form a tripolar leaf like structure. See, we can observe this structure as a clover leaf model. So, this clover leaf model is a tripolium. Tripolium means the leaf is like a what you call so this is the stalk of the leaf and which has three leaflets. So, this is one leaflet and this is another leaflet, this is another leaflet. In this pattern, so it appears like a tripolar, which is reversed here, okay. So, inverted to that structure. So, this is what the stalk here, this is the stalk here, right. These are the three leaflet like structures, hence it is called as a clover leaf. Clover leaf is a tripolium leaf which has three leaflets, right, three leaflets we can say, and it is proposed by Robert Hawley. So, it is proposed by Robert Hawley. Remember, so this model is with the help of this model, he explained the transfer RNA, that is tRNA. So, that is by Robert Hawley. Robert Hawley where explained the detailed structure of this tRNA, right. So, here the of course, tRNA is also single stranded, but somewhere it is folded. In some areas it is folded itself and forms the with the help of binding. We observe that double strand here, but it is not double stranded. It starts here. For example, either the third prime is here, third prime, and fifth prime you can take. So, fifth prime it is. So, fifth prime to, so this is what the single strand. So, this is the fifth prime to third prime, right, or third prime to fifth prime you can observe. So, as a single strand, but somewhere it is folded, no, in 3 areas or 4 areas it is folded to form a double strand, but it is not called it as a double stranded, right. The structurally which appears like this. So, as a clover leaf, right. Clover leaf is a 3 poly leaflets, it has a 3 leaflets, right. So, now there are different structures which we observe on this tRNA, that is, so you can take so the stalk of the leaf, right, stalk of this tRNA, as the 2 ends are here, so which we observe. So, this is called the stem. So, one end is little extended to this end, so that is the 1 prime or another prime we can consider. Third prime usually this is extended here and is always with 3 codons, that is CCA, right. So, this CCA so has functional group OH and it is able to combine with the amino acid, right. So, that is right, we call it as a amino acid binding site. What you call amino acid binding site, right. So, amino acid binding site is with this third prime, that is always with these codons, that is the nucleotides. What you call, these are the nucleotides, okay. So, here this is what the nucleotide CCA, okay. So, it always ends with the CCA only, right. So, and next you can observe that here it is become folded, and this loop, there are 3 loops we observed here, 3 arms, and even extra arm is also there. When you consider this is the 4 arms are formed here. So, major 3 arms we observe that first arm you can take THC loop, T psi C loop, it is T psi C. Psi means it is a P, C actually it is a uracil, right. So, it is a modified uracil, we can say, that is a pseudo uracil, right. So, that is called the pseudo uracil, and this forms yes the ribosome recognizing site. So, ribosome recognizing site, we call it as a ribosome recognizing site, because ribosomes are required here. So, it will attach to the ribosome, right, in the protein synthesis. During protein synthesis, this T psi C loop is helps to attach with the ribosomes, hence it is called ribosome recognizing site, right. So, next one, there is a small extra arm is formed here. This extra arm is variable, okay. It is variable in different type of tRNA, right. So, next one, the next loop is called, that is the anticodon loop. What do you call? Anticodon loop. See here, anticodon means here actually there are specifically 3 nucleotides will be present, nucleotides, triplet codon we call. So, usually on mRNA, for example, this is the mRNA. So, there are different what you call yes, codons are there, triplet codons. So, exactly at near, so if you want to draw this one here, so usually at beginning mRNA begins with AUG. So, you can write AUG, right. AUG, if it is there on mRNA, it should be always a complementary nucleotide is U. A actually thymine, but it is a both are here, yes, RNA instead of uracil, instead of what you called thymine, we should take here uracil. So, adenine pairs with uracil, and guanine pairs with cytosine. The same way this adenine here already uracil is there, uracil, so it is become adenine, right. So anti what you call complementary strands, right. So the same way here it is a mRNA. If you consider this is the mRNA, leave it, this one you leave it. So this is the mRNA again. So actually initiating codon AUG will be there on the mRNA, that is what I have taken here, AUG. If you are taken any other codons, you can replace this codon, anticodon. This is the codons present on the mRNA are referred as codon, right, and complementary to this mRNA is anticodon. Okay. So it is reading the mRNA, right, it will read the mRNA and it helps to join the next amino acid here, right. So next codon, next loop, so that is called the DHU loop. What you call DHU loop? So this DHU loop has the uracil which is called hydroxyuracil. What you call hydroxyuracil? The presence of hydroxyuracil, DHU means here dihydroxyuracil we can consider. Yes, it is called dihydroxyuracil. So that is why we call it as DHU loop. Dihydroxyl uracil is present in this loop. So it is a uracil where in this codon, this loop there is a uracil is dihydroxyuracil. So that is why we call it as a DHU loop, and its function is that amino acid recognizing site, or it can detect the amino acids which are present in the different areas of cytoplasm. Okay. So it will helps to join here with that new amino acid or the one amino acid. So usually the tRNA are of 20 types, we can say, we call it the 20 types of tRNA, because for any protein synthesis there are 20 amino acids are there. So 20 amino acids are present in the cell. So that 20 amino acids are used. Out of this 20 amino acids, many few amino acids are how much it is required for that particular protein synthesis. So that kind of amino acids are required, and that much tRNA are helped in that protein synthesis. Usually we can say that 20 types of amino acids are also there, and 20 types of tRNA are there, right. So this is about the clover leaf model of tRNA, and it is important for your examination. Please try to draw this diagram, and you can refer the book also, right. So it was proposed by Robert Hawley, and for 1 mark you may remember it, right. So in the next class, with the next concept we will discuss in the So subscribe the channel, and you continue your reading. Thank you.